Hey folks, Dan Dale here, Southern Remarketing in Jackson, Mississippi, where we sell diesel trucks mostly, all shape, form, and size. And today we've got one you will not find anywhere else in the world. We have got a 2013 Ford F250 Lariat, and it has been painted black and yellow. Now, did it belong to Wiz Khalifa, or did someone just like bananas? Who knows? But we've got it now, and lots of people, when they hear color change, they think, oh no, it's a problem, there's issues. No, this truck was done right. The paint is shiny, it looks great, the finish is good. They did a good job on it. You can see it's got, I don't know if it's a ranch hand bumper, but ranch hand type bumper. Got the super bright LED. Even has the place where they put the factory fog lights, remounted them in the grill. And the cheap grills, the cheap bumpers like these don't have that, but obviously this is one somebody probably spent between the front and back at least a couple grand. But anyway, moving around it, got a great set of 295 60/20 I think they're Nitto tires, I think. Anyway, the main thing, the tread is excellent. This truck came out of Texas, so you don't have to worry about rust or anything. Now you see, I've been driving it daily, and I have a gravel driveway, so it's a little dirty. But even looking inside, I mean, there's a couple of spots you nitpick, but they painted around this. They did a good job, and this didn't hide anything. This is all straight. Got the heavy-duty bumper on the back. Got one little ding right here, and that's about it for nitpicking the rear. The truck is running, so you can see. Doesn't smoke, doesn't make any weird noises or anything. Now there's a tiny little area right there. Not so much a dent. I could probably take it to one of these paintless dent guys and have that popped out. I don't know any anymore. The one guy I used has moved away. But looking around the rest, I mean, they masked it off, they taped it up. They did it right. I hate it's got so dirty me driving it before I do this part of the video, but you can see, like I said, Texas truck, no rust, none of that. Super strong, heavy duty bumper, windshield's in great shape. Trying to think what else I missed. I think that's about it, and that's got a little, whatever that logo brand is. This light does work too. I'm going to show you under the hood next, and then we're going to take you for a spin. Alright, before we take you on a test drive in it, just want to show you a few things under the hood. First of all, we don't clean under hoods. This is just how it came in. So, you may see a little dust or whatever, but there's no signs of oil leaks. It's not covered in mud. All these bare aluminum pieces don't have that brown patina that they get when people have been splashing through mud holes, because when you do, and that mud, that cold mud hits these hot engine parts, even after you clean them, there's a brown patina that you're not going to get rid of, and this one doesn't have it. It's actually super clean under the hood, as a matter of fact. Oops, hit the wrong button. Anyway, the main thing I want to show you is under the oil cap. Now you can see there's a little bit of smoke. Smoke's not a big deal as long as it's not puffing. You can look at my older videos. I had I think it was a 15 model with about 18,000 miles a couple years ago, and it smoked more than this. The main thing is, you see when I set the cap down, it doesn't blow off. That means there's no pressure, and that means there's no blow-by. Blow-by is engine compression getting past the piston rings and into the crankcase. Not necessarily the sign of a bad engine, but it's a sign of wear that this truck doesn't have. Even though it has 282K miles, it's obviously been well maintained, and clearly just spent its life out on the interstate, I would imagine. But anyway, now we're going to hop in and take it for a spin. Okay, now we're in the truck. You'll have to excuse my shaky camera work. I'm filming with one hand, driving with the other on some of the worst roads in the country, but don't let the shaky camera work fool you. This truck has a great ride and drive. And one thing you can take away from all these bumps and potholes I'm running over is that this truck is tight. There's not a bunch of squeaks and rattles. There's no thunks from the front end. The cab mounts are obviously not worn out, because when you got worn cab mounts and you hit a bump or a pothole or something, you'll hear this god-awful racket, but doesn't do any of that. Fires right up hot or cold. Doesn't pull to the left or right when you hit the brakes or at all, and also doesn't vibrate or pull when you hit the brakes. That's two separate things. It can pull left or right at the front end's eye of alignment, but if you got brake issues, if your rotors are warped, it can vibrate, or if you got a caliper or brake hose on the way out, then it can get sticky and make it pull when you hit the brakes. But this one doesn't do either one of those. It is stock, so you know, if you're in one of those commie areas where you can't get one deleted, or they won't let you get a tag for one that's deleted, don't worry, you're good to go as far as that's concerned. But if you ever are thinking about getting one deleted, now's the time to do it, because it's getting harder and harder. But the good part about this one being a 13 is that it's still really, as long as you got the parts, it's not hard to delete one. These newer trucks, you got to take the computer out and send it off and do all this crap, and it's $4 or $5 grand. But on a 13, it's, by the time you sell the DPF, you can just come break even basically if you look around, but I'm not going to discuss that in the video. And honestly, it's not hurting anything for it to still have the DPF. I mean, it might cost you a mile per gallon or whatever, but the fluid it uses, you might have to top it off every 2 or 3 months or something. It's not like it's a lot of extra expense, but I always like to have a truck that's deleted. Just does get a little better mileage, stuff like that. But anyway, like I said, fires right up, hot or cold, goes down the road just like it should. If you want to fly in here to Jackson, Mississippi and drive it home, you can. That's why we do these test drive videos, so you can see for yourself that they go down the road like they should. And but if you're like most of our customers from the Northeast or the Midwest, we understand you may not be able to spend several days driving or flying down and driving home. So don't let the idea of shipping it scare you. That's why we do these videos. And don't let the prices you might find for shipping scare you, because most of these guys that will give you quotes online aren't actual shippers. They're brokers, and they'll charge you a few $100s up front and call it a deposit, but it's really their broker's fee for finding somebody else to haul it. And the website they use costs a few grand a year to be on, but we're on it, so we can give our customers, we can help you get wholesale rates on shipping. So if you're interested, text me your zip to 601-376-9869, and I'll get you a ballpark figure on shipping, and it will be at a wholesale rate. We don't charge a markup or a fee or anything. Free service to our customers. And that's my cell, so if you have any questions, give me a call. If I don't answer, hang up, shoot me a text. I'll be glad to talk to you about anything on it. 601-376-9869. We appreciate you watching the video and listening to everything we had to say, and we look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.